Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Lisette. How are you? Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm well. How are you doing? Thank you, Lisette. Hi, Suzanne. How are you? Hi, Ella. How are you doing today? Hi, Maria. Hi, La Cubanita. How are you? Thank you. Hi, Pauline. Your daughter's boyfriend gone to work in Canada. Where in Canada? Hello. Hey, how's everybody doing? It's so nice to see you guys. You're tired today? Me too, Ella. Hi, Dana. How are you? Oh, in Calgary, Pauline? Hi, Tilza. How are you? I hope everybody's having a good day. I've got some time before my next session and I thought I'd pop on. I was thinking of you guys yesterday. I really wanted to come on live yesterday, but I was just, what was it? Oh, was I live yesterday or no? I don't even know my days anymore. I was just so tired. Yeah, it was yesterday that I wanted to come on. I wasn't on yesterday. Hi, Christy. Oh, you're from Ireland. So many people from Ireland. I love that. You feel a big energy shift finally? Oh, big time, Dana. Big time. It's coming. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Shelby. I'm good. I'm good. Hi, Teresa. Nice to see you too. Good afternoon. You just split with your abusive ex-husband. You know what? I know that that's not easy to do, so I commend you for that. That's really hard. Pauline said hello to my fellow Irish person. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Katie Louise. Kitties are good. Kitties are good. Hey, baddies. How are you, Jose? Hi, Gail. How are you? So, you know what's interesting? I've been thinking about this energy that we've been going through lately. And oh, I'm so sorry. Yesterday was tough. The anniversary of your fiance's passing. I'm so sorry. So tough. I'm well, Jose. I'm well. Your energy's so slow, so low. I was gonna say so slow. It's tiring energy. We're very exhausted, but I think that's due to the fact that we have a full moon on Saturday. I know, Laura. Laura just said we got slammed with winter again. No energy shift here yet. When I woke up this morning, I couldn't believe the snow and the ice. And Laura, I posted that video yesterday to YouTube. Thank you to those of you that have watched that question about asking for what you want or better. I've got many videos to come. I've already filmed 3. The first one's already posted. And so I'll be posting the next ones soon. But I really appreciate those of you that have watched it and commented. It's going to be not so much like a spiritual based video, but like a video about how do you achieve the better in general, you know? So thank you. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness, I don't know how I sat down and mustered up the energy on Sunday for that, but I'm really pleased with the plan that I have. Thank you, Kat. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. So more are coming. Hi, Maddie. Thank you. But what I was gonna say is that we have this full moon energy coming. Mercury has just gone direct. Venus is gonna go direct at the end of the week. Yes, Laura, thank you. I appreciate it. Venus is gonna go direct at the end of the week. So there will be some forward motion coming. There will be. But the full moon in Libra, it's about partnerships. It's about love. It's about your needs. Are your needs being met, you know? And so I just filmed, before I came on here on live, I filmed the chakra reading because I wasn't able to do it this morning. So I'll post that later tonight. But there's definitely some interesting energy that's coming through with the chakras. A lot of it is lovey vibes. A lot of Libra energy, a lot of 6s, which is about peace and harmony, you know? But hi, also known as, how are you? So anyways, what's your word of the day, everybody? How are you feeling? Zen just said having a terrible day. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You're in the worst. How come, Zen? We just talked about this. Things were better. What happened? What triggered you? Hi, Pedro. How are you? Your wife's boyfriend said zodiac signs are BS. Everybody has their own opinion. Hi, Heather. How are you? Yeah, Andrew, you feel heavy today? Stagnant? We're in a little bit of a void right now. Reconciled, confused, and frustrated. Your energy is low, but spirit is high. Trying to find clarity, slightly anxious, frustrated. You feel good, Jose. I'm glad to hear that. Good. Let me give you another thought about the energy right now. I've come to the conclusion that I feel like everybody's playing chicken with the universe. You know what I mean? So this is the thing about pushing the energy or pushing the envelope, is that when we go to the bank too many times, eventually the money runs out. And I feel like it's kind of that way right now with the universe, where, hi Tara, how are you? And so I kind of feel like there's this gamble, playing chicken with the universe. Like, at what point is the tower moment going to hit, if that makes sense? Zen just said, I'm having issues with my family not being supportive around something that is pretty important in my life. This had been going on for 2 years and it's all coming to a head for me emotionally. So Zen, it's all about boundaries. That's really what it comes down to. And you've got to be more powerful and stronger than anyone else around you. It's like they have to get tired of it, not you. You don't have to fold, they do. So that's the thing about boundaries in general, is that everybody wants to wear us down. If it's something that's important to you and to your life, then you've got to be the stronger one. You know what I mean? So I feel for you, Zen, I really do. And I can help you with that if you need it. Yeah, not feeling acceptance, it hurts. I understand. Zen. That's the whole aspect. Hi, how are you? That's the whole aspect of boundaries. If somebody's upset with you for making a boundary, you needed one in the first place. Jose just said, stepped out of my comfort zone and the vibe is amazing. I am so happy to hear that. So, hi, Richie, how are you? Hi, Kamlesh, how are you? So let's get into the cards. Like I said, I've got about maybe 40 minutes or 45 minutes and we'll see and go from there. Hi, Jennifer, how are you? Boundaries have set me free. Me too, Lisa. Me too. Boundaries are the key. And like I said, you've got to be the one that's stronger. Good for you, Tara. I'm so proud of you. Hi, Johnny. How are you? Claudia, I've been thinking about you today. You're not feeling, not feeling acceptance is not accepting your own worth. Exactly. Good. I'm glad you feel good. So let's take a look at the tarot and see what we need to know. I got Kitty Cat here. Karma is right next to me walking around. Hi, Ramo. How are you? Thank you, Jacqueline. I appreciate it. Thank you, Johnny. That's very kind of you. Well, I think there we go. All right, let's get into it. Current energy today is the Hermit. How many of you feel like you just want to hermit yourself? It's an important day for manifesting in Persian culture. They call it something like, yeah, tell me, the nobility of the sun? That's beautiful. You'll have to, what is it actually called in Farsi? So that I can see it, so that I know. Hi, Chappie, how are you? You just, you got yourself out of that mode. Good for you. Yeah, this is about, hi, Paul, how are you? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask for sure. Marjane, I will look into it. I'm always very fascinated. The Hermit energy means you might be feeling like you just want to hermit away. You want to take a nap. You want to isolate. But at the same time, it's an energy that asks, what do you want? Remember I said earlier about, relationships and your needs? Like what do you want? Are your needs being met? Yeah, Mercury's back direct, so people are more chatty. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's see what else here. Ah, the woman, feminine energy, receiving mode. Is your receiving mode activated? Do you feel like you're actually able to receive? You know? Wouldn't we all like them? No. That's not what we get from cards. You have more energy than you've had in months. I'm glad to hear that, Tara. That means you're motivated. That means you're looking for new energy. You want to spark new energy. You feel like receiving, but from yourself right now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, let's see what the potential or the challenge is today. Thank you, Chappie. Hi, Star. How are you? It did make me smile. Of course, of course. King of Pentacles. We can't be serious all the time, right? Hi, Suzette. King of Pentacles means it's a long road. It's a slow moving energy, but it is abundant in the long run, right? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Zen. I really am. Look, everything's going to be okay. Unfortunately, sometimes we have to make really tough decisions, even when it's in regard to our family. Those boundaries. Do you want short-term pain, long-term gain, or short-term gain, long-term pain? Short-term gain comes from smoothing things over and giving into things. But holding your boundaries will bring you the long-term gain. So let's take a look at what else we need to know here. So King of Pentacles means it's slow-moving energy. And there's the Lily. The Lily means ambition. Are you ambitious enough to make the moves? And I think something else that's come up, and maybe I should ask you guys this question, and you tell me. Do you remember when we were on live and we talked about how to ask for what you want or better? And we made that list of 17 things, and then that's how I started making the videos the other day. A lot of people have been asking me about, starting businesses or starting social media or trying to get to the next level of something, but they feel stuck. And I said to myself, what can I do other than maybe, I don't know, teach a class? Like, I mean, like a class. Like, I'm not talking about like reading a book together. I'm talking about like an actual class, or maybe every Sunday for a month we meet and actually go through the steps of trying to spark new energy or trying to reprogram the brain a little bit or get ourselves moving if you're feeling stuck. And I don't know what that looks like, but if anybody wants me to do that, because I know the original request was, can we get together on a Zoom and talk about how to ask for what you want or better? But in my mind, it's like, I don't know if it's meant to be like a 1 day kind of thing, or if it's meant to be like maybe 4 weekends, in a row where I teach you guys a course. Maybe we spend a couple hours on Zoom and work through some of these things. Yeah, you'd like to do a class? I mean, I can do a class. Like I just don't know if it's better to do a 1 day or maybe do like, one a week for a month, you know? So I'm trying to think of like, we could start with one. We could. I thought about that too. I have to really think it through because the problem is that there's so many things to talk about and I want to do it in a way that makes sense. I want it to be insightful. I actually really want to be in like teacher mode and set up a plan, you know? But yeah, maybe the answer will come from there just by doing one. I don't know. I have to think about it. But I thought I'd throw that out there to you. If you want me to plan something like that, I will. I just have to sit down and focus on it, if that makes sense, So let's see what we need to focus on today. Oh, studying and learning. There's my answer. What do we need to focus on? Studying and learning. You think multiple sessions would be beneficial? Yeah, I'm on both sides of the fence on that. I personally, I think that the 4 week is better than 1 week, but I could see how one class would be a great start, Oh, Maria just asked, what would be better in my teaching experience? It takes more time and effort to do 4 weeks, but on the other hand, to start a new habit, it takes 21 days. So we could do like a 3 week but I think a 4-week is probably best, if you ask me. But maybe like on a Sunday afternoon at like 1 p.m. Eastern, because can't really do it necessarily in an evening, you know. Do you learn twice? Maybe, Claudia. I don't know. One's faster than the other, and one moves faster than the other. The platforms, they all have their own pace. I have no idea, Heather. Nothing super expensive, but again, at the same time, enough that it sort of covers my time and my effort. I have to really think of how to put it together. You need help with the business aspect of it. Yeah, it's interesting. Hi, Tamara. How are you? I was just thinking about something that I said to the school that I go into do the substitute teaching. I was like, they need a class. Honestly, they need a class on social media. They need a class for kids about the business side of YouTube and social media and how to start that business, how to make thumbnails, how to connect with people, how to do marketing. Oh, that's okay. No worries. No worries. I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, I think that people need a class on how to look at the business side of things, you know? And so I think that adults need it too. Hi, Donna. How are you, my friend? So yeah, I'm thinking about doing a 4-week class on Zoom, maybe like on Sunday afternoons, where each week we look into, yeah, the business side of things, Tamara, is the hard part for people because let me just give you guys a quick snippet of something that I said to someone recently as well. We want the platform. Okay, perfect, Donna. I can't wait to hear. We want the clientele. We want everything to be set. But the problem is, it's almost like back to what I said about passion projects before. There's a process. You've got to generate your ideas. You have to research your ideas. You have to answer the questions. You have to compile the information and the data, and then ultimately put it into play. You also have to segue yourself. This is also the key. You cannot go from 0 to 100. You have to make sure, can Gretchen come? As in like, you mean, yeah, segue. Like when you segue yourself, meaning like you have to like transition from one thing to another. For a lot of people, they already have a full-time job and they're looking for something on the side or a side hustle, or they're looking to change careers from one thing to another. So that's why I say, there's this process that needs to happen before you can fully have the things all set. Like when I was teaching full time, I would go to school all day. And then you guys, if you remember when you were with me many years ago, I would come on live the moment I came home. Or I would do my sessions. There was this balance. I couldn't just leave my teaching career just to do this full time. I had to segue myself. So it took me about a year and a half for me to actually do that. And there's a lot of hustle involved. There's a lot of learning involved in regards to editing. There's a lot of marketing. There's a lot of connecting. You've got to build a platform. You've got to make connections with people. There's so many things that go into it. You need a class to navigate. And I can help you with that. For sure. Yeah, the microeconomic aspects are often overlooked. People see the big picture, but the minute details, sorry, I read that too quickly. The minute details get overlooked. Yes. Yes. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm a teacher by trade, right? So I was a business teacher, a French teacher, and an English teacher for, 18 years in the classroom. I guess I'm still a teacher, so I guess I should say 21 years at this point. But I just feel like it's so important to look at the process, not just at the final product, because everybody wants the final product, but there's a lot of hustle involved, a lot of hustle. Like the other day when I filmed that video on Sunday, I was up till 2:30 in the morning getting that video ready. Now, I'm a lot faster at it now, believe it or not, than I was before, but there's a learning curve that everybody's got to go through, right? Do I do readings for kids or for adults? I don't do anything, any readings for people under 18. Maybe, Claudia, I did see it in another reading today as well, the Empress. But, oh, thanks, Claudia. I appreciate it. Yeah, I have much more. I filmed 2 others. They'll be out soon. But really interesting topics. Like there are things we're going to talk about body language. We're going to talk about doubts. We're going to talk about purpose. There's so many things. Did anyone advise me when I changed careers? No. No, this was all me. Um, I am a hustler in the sense that if I'm motivated with something, I go balls to the wall, to be honest with you. But that doesn't mean everybody else has to either. Everybody's got a process. So if that's something you guys would like to learn about, it is very much my thing. I'm happy to teach it and think of some activities we can do, some talks that we can have. And maybe we can start that in May. You know, we can do a 4-week Sunday afternoon, you know. You teach classical cooking? That's amazing. Good for you. Thank you, Tamara. Yeah, I'm very lucky. My mom was a business teacher. My dad was an entrepreneur and, ran a business, many businesses. And so I learned a lot from my parents. That is very true. Very true. Hi, Hannah-Lee. How are you? So, yeah, exactly. Exactly, Claudia. Makes sense. Good for you, Kathy. That sounds amazing. So yeah, there's the card that kind of answered the question. Hi, Ronnie. Nice to see you too. Page of Pentacles, studying and learning. So that's what we need to focus on right now. Learning new things. That could also mean an offer coming in of some kind. Ah, Celtic knot. Learning and love. I'm not surprised, actually. Hi, Medical. How are you? Hello. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I just did the chakra reading. It's not posted yet. I haven't even uploaded it yet, but it'll be there later tonight, I think. Interesting thought. The last cards, not to give you a spoiler, but that's why I always say stay till the end. Stay to the end of those readings on YouTube because they start one way and they always end up another way. But the reading that I did today with the chakras, it really came out with this sort of lovey energy of the full moon in Libra, meaning your partnerships. Are you getting what you need? Are you making the boundaries? Are you going through the healing or are you allowing yourself to be burdened? Because a lot of the energy right now is 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, meaning you've had a lot of swords in your back and you've had a lot of exhaustion, So yeah, I don't know what to tell you other than there's a lot of decision making right now. Oh, thanks, Dana. I appreciate it. I really do. I really do. I think it's important because not everybody understands that those readings really come into the bigger picture at the end. Good for you, Tara. Good for you. Full moon in Libra is in your Libra on the 7th house. Well, 7th house is about partnerships and relationships, right? So let's take a look at the recent past. 4 of Wands. And you know what? I asked this. Sorry, I always do this. I always say, I just talked about this in another video, but it's true. I asked in the video, how many of you are seeing 1111? Like, how many of you are seeing 1111? So that's a really good question. Just asked, how can I hone my psychic skills before starting a tarot business? You can actually do activities that test your intuitiveness, meaning you can put markers. Think of Crayola markers, and put them in a bag like that. That's not like it's not a clear bag or anything, but like in a closed or a sack of some kind, and go in and take out a marker and guess what color it is. Feel it, hold it in your hand, or crystals. You can practice that way. Things like that. Yeah, 1111 means brand new beginnings, spiritual ascension. Oh, you're new here, Amy? Nice. 1111 yearly every day, brand new beginnings. It means like sparking new energy. So you see it all the time. Yeah. Hi, Jen. How are you? Let's see. See, I told you. Oh my God. I'm repeating myself. Star card. Healing. Blessings. Boundaries. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. So let's see. The strength position is the Ace of Cups. You got to fill your own cup. Amy, I have the best online family. You're always welcome here. Yes, a lot of repeating 4s, Claudia. I've seen the 4 of Pentacles a lot today. I think everybody got it today. So during a conversation yesterday evening, it showed up. Yeah, 1111, sparking new energy. You know, it was funny, Dana, when I read your sentence, it said sparking. I thought it said spanking new energy. And I was like, Dana. I was like, oh, look at you. Anyway, sorry, I had to say that. You're good. Vacuumed and cleaning kitchen and clean is good. Yeah, I feel you. I got some cleaning to do. It's like shedding season right now. The cats, oh my God, they're shedding. I know, Tamara, but that's what I read. That's what it looked like I read. Yeah. Sometimes when I read something, like I don't read it like properly in the moment, you know? From ruby red, as in like the color, like ruby. I always think of ruby red as such a rich color, right? I mean, we think of it as like I mean, purple's royalty, but like we think of like red as like a very powerful color, like a very regal color, you know? Hi, Mr. McKellar, how are you? Yeah, we're spanking new energy. Do you know what I keep seeing on my feed? I keep seeing that clip from The Big Bang Theory, no pun intended, by the way, from The Big Bang Theory, where Amy is on Sheldon's lap. And you know what I'm talking about? I feel like it's been going around. I mean, it's always been going around on social media, but like it came up a ton of times now. So you know when he's like, okay, get across my lap, and then they show the bloopers of when he spanked her. Yeah, that episode was the best. So when you said spark new energy, I read it as like spank new energy, and I just died laughing inside, you know? There you go. Kat just said, I quit looking for numbers. If something's in my face, I say thank you, but I don't look around anymore. Yes, because Kat, a lot of people associate angel numbers to people, and that's part of the issue because we're not going to manifest a specific person based on angel numbers. If anything, they're going to test you and hold you back. So always be careful of that. Yeah, spanking new. We don't judge, Claudio. We don't judge. No, we can spank new energy for sure, right? I mean, it's energy. There's the book. The book is about knowledge, of course, but it's also about nostalgia and the past. We also know that there's new chapters to be written. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. But I love that show too. I do too. Let's see what else we need to know. Near future. Thank you. Very kind. Near future is the sun. Here comes the sun. That's a yes card. Happiest card in the deck. You know what it is that I'm kind of, maybe you guys can help me a little bit. Sorry, I don't mean to go back to the topic of like the class, but I want to make sure that I do it in a way that suits people because I want to give you as much as I can in the time that I have. I think my issue that I'm debating between is that not everybody necessarily wants to start a business, you know, or wants to know the ins and outs of the social media. But I feel like the class should be about sparking that new energy or taking the steps. But at the same time, I feel like there's a business aspect to it. Is there any other aspect to it that you want to know? Like, is it business? Is it starting a new project? Like, what is it that you want to embark on, I guess you could say? Yeah, I know, Dana. I know what you mean. Yeah. So anyways, I'm trying to think of like ways to make it applicable so that it's not just one thing. On the other hand, I know that that people need to know the business aspect of things. So maybe it's meant to be like a business type of course, you know? A new career business. Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be something that's going to happen tomorrow, but it's about implementing that new energy. Ronnie just said, I want to start drawing again. That's amazing. You know, maybe this is for people who want to pursue something. I mean, maybe I can find a way to make it fit to a generalized way. But on the other hand, there is a business aspect to social media. So, oh my gosh, the AI. Oh my gosh, the AI on TikTok. There's this new AI thing, and I just said spanking new energy because it heard me say spanking new energy, which makes me laugh. Yeah, sparking a new relationship. I mean, I can do a business. I think it's important. I mean, I think people, I know, isn't that funny? This will come up on TikTok. I think the business one is for sure something that people are looking for, you know? And so maybe I have to make one at least for a focused. Hi, Jolie, how are you? Do you make money from YouTube? Yes, you can. You can get monetized on YouTube. That's the whole point, right? But I understand, like, new relationships. The only thing is, though, Laura, is that that is a little bit of a trickier, believe it or not, type of class. It requires a little bit more of a focus on self-love in order to have a new relationship, and healing from past things in order to have new. So I have to think that through. But you're always going to think of spanking new energy now. Every time I say sparking new energy, I know it's like spanking new energy, right? Amy just said, I've been a homemaker for years now. I'll be starting college. Good for you. You're hoping to get into the nursing program so you can take care of it. Good for you, Amy. I'm very proud of you. So the sun, the mountain. So look, mountains can be, I don't know why my brain went to or what it went to when I said mountains. But anyways, a mountain can be seen as an obstacle. It can also be seen as an achievement. And so therefore, we've got to find a way to have the achievement, not the obstacles, right? So let's see, what is the suggested approach? Shammer said she loves mountains. Oh. Oh boy. Were my parents supportive when I changed careers? No. No. When I changed, that's a good topic actually. My father had dementia and Parkinson's. So my dad wasn't totally aware, and it's not like it was advertised to him that I was doing this. In regards to my mother was a teacher for so many years that in her mind, she said, you know, do you really want to do this? How sure are you to do this? And it was not easy for her to digest. Now, is she supportive of me now in this aspect? Yeah, I mean, she sees what I've been doing. She sees the work that I've been doing. She knows that I've built this beautiful online family. And so there's a lot of positive talk that has come from all this. But initially, I would say it was more of a fear and a concern on her part as to whether I was doing the right thing or not. But at the same time, I was 40, when I left my career, I was 42. I'm 44, going to be 45. You know, I kept saying I'm 42 years old. I think I know what I want to do and I'm allowed to do. And so I think that's part of the boundary, right? How did I know I wanted to transition from teaching to my current job? That's another long story. I'll get into it when you know, when we do this course, I'll talk about it more in detail. But I experienced some things that kind of told me that I need to make a move. The system, I wasn't totally happy with. And also I felt I wanted more. And this is again, back to the ask for what you want or better. Exactly, Jose, exactly. But I love it. I love it, Claudia. So it was a switch had gone off, and I said I've got to segue myself. Yeah, I will talk about it, Raven, for sure, for sure. I appreciate the question. Yeah, I'm very calm. I'm very lucky that I'm calm. In general, my nature is very calm. When you were young, you wanted to do what I do, but my parents told me that's the devil's. Yeah, I hear you, Ronnie. I mean, our family, they mean well, but at the same time, sometimes they infringe on us, right? Yeah, if no one judged you, if you weren't, yeah, exactly. If you weren't scared, if the better version of your life showed up today, what would it look like? Yes, yes. Oh, I'm sure it's beautiful, Tara. I'm so glad to hear that. You need a fire lit under your rear. I think you guys are really just confirming to me that I need to do a course in this. Do you want to start like May? As in like maybe first week? Oh, I can't the first weekend of May. Oh, that's not good because I'm away. Thank you, Brian. That's very kind of you. But I can still maybe start soon. ASAP. I will have to think that through because I have to be away one of the weekends. Is a weekend a good day for people, do you think? Do you think like a Sunday afternoon is the best way versus like an evening? Because I think a Sunday afternoon would be good. Like I'm thinking like 1 p.m. Eastern in the afternoon. Spend a couple hours and then because I think if we did it on unless we did it on a Friday night, that's the only other thing. I could do a Friday night, but Sunday I think would be probably best, you know? I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Okay, that works for you. I just have to, Sundays are good? Okay, you like Sunday? I think Sundays are probably the best. The later in the day, the better. Okay, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. It's hard to please everybody in different time zones. That's the issue. Let's see. Suggested approach, the moon. Well, that's the full moon. Full moon in Libra. Purging, surrendering, and letting go. Actually, I want to go back for a second and read Laura's comment. How do you manifest a relationship without chasing or being in masculine energy like you would in a career? It almost seems like that's luck and not manifesting. No, it's more than, it's not just luck. It is manifesting, but it's actually putting out your own energy. Not so much manifesting a relationship, it's about working on your own energy. But again, that's a whole other topic. Cyprus time, it depends on your time zone. Typically, for example, I'm on Toronto, New York time. So I'm on Eastern time. So let's see. A course in spanking miracles. I'm not spanking anything. But the suggested approach is happiness and harmony. You know, again, it's one thing to ask for happiness, another thing to allow it, right? But yeah. Let's see what we need to know. Healing, Four of Swords. Healing, rest, and rejuvenation. Let's see what else we need to know. There's the Empress, right? There was the prediction that we would have the Empress. And there we go. We're going to birth a whole new cycle. I feel like I'm really meant to, I know, sorry, I didn't mean to go back to this. I was just thinking about the birthing a whole new cycle. I really think that I'm meant to teach something in regards to the business aspect of this. Ever since I've been going back to, you know, the school that I used to work at to do substitute teaching, I've realized the beautiful balance of doing that. Like, I love this. I love what I segued into. But there's a part of me that misses the teaching in the classroom aspect, or even like the teaching on Zoom, like in an actual class environment or setting. So I've been really like on this mindset lately of how to teach certain aspects of the things that I do currently. What do? I work in a business, but I also work in spirituality and about growth and all the teaching that I've done over the years. Like these are all the things that I'm so passionate about. And I love that you guys allow me to teach and to do things that really give me this freedom on so many topics, you know? It does, Tamara, it gives me so much satisfaction. It's something that I love. I've always loved being a teacher, you know, but I also love the spiritual aspect. Yeah, Sharon, it's the connection I love. And you know what? When I was at, I went to school this morning. I was covering for a class this morning before I started my sessions today. And oh my gosh, there was this group of boys, 6 boys at a table, 5 boys at a table with the sarcasm like you wouldn't believe, testing me. And I laughed because I was like, this is something that I know. Oh my gosh, Tamara, look at the AI on TikTok, spanking new energy chat with like a laughing emoji. TikTok has this new feature. I don't know. It just started where it's like it gives you like an AI comment in the chat. If you're on TikTok, you know what I'm talking about. Tamara sees it, but like it like repeats things that you say like minutes later. Anyways, yeah, connecting, bringing all my passions together. Exactly. You know, I think so too. I think I'm on the right path. Definitely. But yeah, I think that's been coming up a lot lately of people are asking me a lot of business questions about their own endeavors and their own projects. And so it's been on my mind. These are all these things are coming at me. Like I should be doing some other things. And yet here I was on Sunday filming all this, for, I don't know, like it just makes me laugh about how the universe can take you on these little endeavors. Hi Beers, how are you? Em just said, I wanted to have a career that would allow me to travel. Feel tarot reading would let me do that. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'll be honest with you guys, and I'll talk about this when we get into the court. I think, look, you have to remember something. You trade one set of things for another. You trade, it's exactly the evolution of Kelly Lorraine. Oh gosh, the last 10 years. I've been really nostalgic thinking about the last 10 years and what I've been doing. But it's funny because I can't explain. I just can't explain how all of this is connected. Like it's just fascinating to me. But yeah. You trade one set of things for another, Emlyn. That's the thing. Like there's good and there's bad. When I was at school, I was walking around more. I was more active. Now that I work from home, I sit more. I put on more weight. I have a different level of tired. It's, different responsibilities. Hi, Mike. How are you? So you have to understand it's one set of something for another, Hi, James. How are you? So let's see, the hope and or fear, see Four of Pentacles. I told you, I've seen the Four of Pentacles all day today. Yeah, it's all connected because it's a part of my destiny. Probably. Yeah. Yeah, you need like Jose needs a baddies, like a WhatsApp group. I get to be with exactly, and I get to be at home with my cats. That's the other thing, right? There's like a real balance. Hi, Tay. There's a real balance between me being able to go into school every now and again, and then me doing what I'm doing. I get the best of both worlds. Four of Pentacles is holding back. See the chains on the door? It's almost like somebody feels restricted or held back, or it's an all or nothing kind of energy, And nothing is all or nothing, right? And with that, we have the Scythe. So it's almost like we got to cut that out. And this could be a liberation or like breaking the chains kind of vibe. All right, let's look at the probable outcome. And the probable... Bonjour, mon ami. Ça va bien? Five of Cups. That grief keeps coming out. The grief of the Five of Cups means you've got to feel it in order to heal it. You've got to kind of let go of an old you. And let me give you another point about changing careers or starting a new business or a new endeavor. And that is, you're going to have to grieve an old part of yourself. Anytime, hi lady, anytime you're going into a new energy, you got to recognize that your new life is going to cost your old life. Oh, fatigué moi aussi. Me too. I was very tired last night. It means that you have to understand that what used to be you will no longer be. You will be who you are at your core, but the way in which you do things will change. Your boundaries will be different. Your perspective will be different. You will speak differently. People will either like it or not like it, and that's okay. Doesn't really matter. What matters is you. Yeah, shedding skin like a snake, 100%. It's really, well, that's death and rebirth. That's Scorpio. Snake energy is Scorpio. Scorpio is Phoenix, the snake. I mean, there's many things that represent Scorpio, but in general, any kind of death and rebirth, yeah, for sure. Exactly. Out with the old, in with the new. And with that, we have here the magnifying glass. You're going to get more clarity about something. You're going to get more information. All I know is that right now, we need to ask for what we want or better. Oh, merci beaucoup. Le message, like the ask for what you want or better video. And by the way, I know that I said this in the video. I think I gave a little bit of a negative story, but I gave that little bit of a negative story about how I asked for something that I thought I wanted, but I ended up getting the blessing in the end, even though it had to do with my ex-husband having an affair. Just so you guys know, I could have picked something a little more positive, but I picked that topic because I think many people have been through these experiences. And even though you may ask for something and it may not be the most positive, it can actually be your biggest blessing in the end. Can I have a class where I just read to you in French? Oh, that's what I used to do every day, Tamara. When I was a French teacher, I was always reading with my students. I should teach French. I'm a French teacher. I'm saying, anybody want to learn French? I'll teach you French. But I could never speak the way like Isabel would speak, or because I don't have the slang. I don't have the slang. But because now I think I know what I really want and even more what I don't want, 100%. That's the whole experience of life, Claudia, is that we have to go through the motions to understand what we like and what we don't like. And it's the same thing with like starting a business or a new career or whatever it is, an endeavor. I'll use that word, an endeavor. It's that you just have to decide and see where it takes you. Nothing has to be set in stone. It can shift, it can change, but it all starts with the decision. You need to relearn French, but your R's don't roll. It's more Spanish that has the R rolls, not so much French. But I get what you're saying. Aw, he was so excited about it, Sharon. Tell me that. Mike was like, tell me that I'm a bad boy in French. Mike. I do a general collective reading, but we just finished. So, so I have to do a rapid fire one day. You'll teach me Spanish, Claudia? I would love that. I don't have the roll of the R's. That's hard for me. How do you get over obsession for someone who is unattainable? That's a loaded question, because that can be limerence, that can be emotional pain body. There's so many factors that go into why we become obsessed with people. James, how's your French? Because obviously where you live. How do you get over someone? In general, I'd say spark new energy. The rolling of the R isn't that hard. It is for me, though. I don't know. You learn the slang vacationing. Yes, that is true. Do I speak Spanish? No. But French is so similar to Spanish that the words I can understand. Even Italian. I was married to somebody who was Italian, but people always think I'm Italian, which is so funny because I don't think I look Italian. But I mean, not to say that you can't be blonde and Italian, but I think it's the way that I speak, or the way that I speak with my hands. But it's the fact that the dialect of Italian, or the dialects, are very similar to French. So for me, Spanish, Italian, even German for me, because I was born into, my dad is from Germany. So in theory, a lot of words I can understand, I just can't speak necessarily. Well, that's phonetics, really, what you're talking about, or linguistics, Mike, is that everything has a different place in the mouth where we speak from. Nasally, back of the mouth, front of the mouth, right? Limerence is a huge problem for you. It's a huge problem for many people. A lot of people confuse limerence, for sure. Hi, Gina. I'm well, thank you. How are you? When you heard me speak, you thought I was Italian. It's because when I say certain Italian words, I say them true, and I know that that can irritate people. I saw a TikTok the other day that said, perfect. Okay, Jose, teach me. Quebecois is a whole other language though, Isabel, because it really does have the slang, right? But, oh my gosh, AI said career changes and cat chats. But yeah. I need the slang. I need the day-to-day. Yeah, patois. Yeah. But pretend I'm gonna get $1 million if I roll the R's and watch how fast you learn. Do you know what I learned as a child? I gotta go in a couple minutes because I could talk to you guys for hours. It's like when I was, yes, yes, Portuguese does sound like Italian and Spanish with a little bit of French in there too, I think. When I was a kid, because my dad's German, you know, one of the hardest sounds to make in German is the umlaut, which is the two dots over, let's say, a U. And so as a child, my dad would would try to teach me that sound, you know, and in my family, my mom had trouble with it, but I got okay with it. My sister speaks full German because she lived there for over 20 years, right? Aw, thanks, Spears. I appreciate it. I love to talk. I have so many stories. My gosh, so many stories. I could tell you a million. But you can understand Italian and Portuguese, but can't speak it. Yeah. I think we should talk one day just about language because I'm curious to know what you guys grew up speaking. You know, because everybody comes from different corners of the world, right? Or different backgrounds, or parents from here or parents from there, you know. Oh, thanks, Tamara. I appreciate I have so many stories. So many stories. Gosh. I swear I could write movies or sitcoms. Yeah, Spanish and English. I love it. It's good to be, it's good to be multilingual or bilingual. I mean, that's what French has always done for me, you know? Good for you. That's amazing. English and French? Yeah. English and Spanish. I love it. I love learning these things about you guys, to be honest with you. It's like when I went to, you don't speak Spanish now. So did you lose it, Tamara, or can you still, if you wanted to? Because I'm sure you understand. Sometimes we lose the language, you know? Am I Canadian? Yes. Spanish and English? English, Spanish, and spanking. Spankish? Do you speak Spankish, Claudia? Finnish. Very interesting. Yeah. The about. I don't say about though. That's more like Eastern Canada. I say about. About. Oh, thanks, Beatrice. I appreciate it. German and English, Lena? Amazing. Me and Mr. Rogers would have gotten along good. I think we would have. I think that's true. That's true. You're not sure? As in you're not sure if you've, because I mean, I think what language, the thing about language is that language requires practice. So here's the thing. I don't even speak my French. Can I understand it? Absolutely. But am I teaching French anymore? Am I talking in French with my students anymore? No. Now, when I go into school now and I have to cover a French class, sure, I can start back up again, but it's not something I'm doing on the daily, right? I should do a tarot reading en français. But then this is gonna be a, this is gonna be, there is no this is gonna be a. Voici un, I don't know, like here is a, very cool. Ojibwe, that's amazing. But you speak Farsi. Farsi is a beautiful language. Beautiful, beautiful language. I have to go, everybody. I just realized I have like 2 minutes and I got to take a quick pee and TMI for everybody and make a coffee. So I got to run. But thank you, everybody, for being here. And thank you for watching my video on YouTube. That really means a lot to me. I got to run, but I'll see you all very soon. I hate to do this, but I have to like literally like go very quickly. So take care, IG, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys. Okay, TikTok. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you to my moderators. You guys are amazing. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Jose. Take care, everybody. Okay, bye.